The Bay Area housing market is heating up fast, but that's not exactly what the data is saying. So what gives? Coming up on this Silicon Valley Snapshot. If you are a buyer or a seller right now that is in the trenches, that is currently experiencing the market right now in the Bay Area, you'll know that things have been heating up now for the last couple of weeks here, the end of January of 2023, heading into February here in 2023. But if we look at the data, and the data alone, the data is not indicative of a super hot market right now. So what is the explanation behind all of this? We're going to get into that. But before we get into the data, if you're a home buyer in today's marketplace, you're looking for a comprehensive data set to assist you in your home buying decision making, you can text the word data plus the neighborhood or the zip code or the area that you're looking in. We'll get that information sent straight to your inbox. And if you're a home seller in today's marketplace, you're trying to figure out, is now the right time for me to sell? What is the right timing? What's the right strategy and approach for selling the property? And what could I expect it to sell for? All of that information will be sent straight to your inbox when you text the word data plus your property address to the number down below. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this week's snapshot because just an overview of the data would indicate one thing, but what we're experiencing in real time right now in the Bay Area is something completely different. And so how is this even possible? How can the data and what we're experiencing not necessarily be in alignment? Well, we're going to get into that. And let's start by digging into the Santa Clara County data. In January, we had 695 homes on the market active and 459 homes pending. Now, when we compare that month over month from December to January, you'll notice that the month over month movement seems to indicate that the market's actually getting a little bit softer. Inventory and demand are starting to drift further and further apart, or drifting a little bit further apart. So how is it that Santa Clara right now, we're experiencing situations where we're seeing 20 to 25 offers on a single property? Yes, you heard that correctly. We are experiencing that right now in Santa Clara County. There are homes that are getting 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 offers. How could that possibly be? Well, we're going to get into that in a second. But first, let's go to San Mateo County. San Mateo County, similar story where we see those inventory levels and demand drifting further and further apart. 356 homes active on the market and 181 homes pending. Again, very weird how there are homes in San Mateo County that we're seeing 5, 10, 15 offers on single properties. And in fact, right now there are some new developments, some smaller new development complexes in San Mateo County where we're seeing prices being raised by 100, 150, 200K over the prices that they were being sold for in December. So we're seeing builders jack up prices and buyers buying those homes. The buyers are buying these properties for 100 to 200K more than they were selling in December. How is this possible? We're going to get into that in a second. Riding on down to Santa Cruz, we see 156 homes active on the market and 70 homes pending. Now, this is a slightly different scenario where we're actually seeing the inventory levels and demand actually come a little bit closer together. So if you're a home seller, that should be good news to you. We're also seeing reports of multiple offers again in Santa Cruz. Do you start to see the pattern here? We're seeing multiple offer situations in every single market, something that we have not seen in quite some time. How is this possible? We're going to get into that. San Francisco, 673 homes on the market, 195 homes pending. We're starting to see that delta grow larger in San Francisco. As we know, for those of us who have been watching Silicon Valley Snapshot for a while, will know that San Francisco seems to be the outlier in the Bay Area right now, where market conditions there have not really improved for quite some time. So this is not surprising to see. It is a little bit surprising to see in other markets here, simply because expectations and reality really not in alignment right now. So we're going to get into all of that. But flipping over to Alameda County. So in Alameda County, we see 660 homes on the market, 441 homes pending. In January, that delta between inventory levels and pending sales seems to be fairly consistent. So we're seeing 7.5% increase in inventory levels and only a 3.5% increase in pending activity. So roughly rising in equal proportions, more or less. Now heading over to Contra Costa County. Contra Costa County, we have 743 homes active on the market and 478 homes pending. This is actually an anomaly here where we're seeing these two lines coming closer together. Inventory levels and pending activity coming closer together. That's awesome if you're a home seller in Contra Costa County. Again, in the East Bay, in Alameda County, in Contra Costa County, I had a team member this morning say that she was up against 20 different offers on a home in Oakland. That's just insane. I mean, 20 offers, home in Oakland, where 6 months ago, sellers were begging for offers. Now they're getting 20 on a single property. What is going on? So the answer actually lies in the data. It's all here. It's all in plain sight. Let's dissect this a little bit. So in Contra Costa County, let's start there. Let's look back a year and look at pending sales. Let's look at pending sales from December to January. 723 homes pending, 717 homes pending. Neutral, very neutral from December to January. Yet from December to January, inventory levels went up fairly substantially, about over 25%, from 303 homes on the market to 414 homes. Okay, let's look at Alameda County. Pretty similar story, right? Pending activity, fairly neutral from December to January, while inventory levels increased almost by 75%, right? Okay, cool. San Mateo County, fairly neutral from December to January, yet inventory levels increase, okay? Now, the outlier here is Santa Clara County, where we saw a fairly substantial increase in pending activity as well as inventory levels last year. So pendings and inventory levels behaved fairly consistently year over year when we look at the data in most markets. In most markets in the Bay Area, we're seeing inventory levels rise, pending levels stay fairly similar to where they were before. In Contra Costa, we only saw a 9% rise in pending activity. In Alameda County, we only saw about 3% rise in pending activity. In San Mateo County, we saw a negative decline in pending activity by one home, so it's like negligible. And then Santa Clara County, we saw a 6% rise, so very, very stable pending activity. Yet inventory levels went up, maybe not as dramatically as they have in years past. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. So inventory levels didn't increase as dramatically as they have in years past. Pending activity stayed fairly consistent with last year's data. Now, here's where it gets really juicy if you're a home seller. This is where you should start like drooling and be like, oh my gosh, it's coming back. Okay, let's look at Santa Clara County month to date, month over month. From January 1st to January 9th, today's February 10th. From January to February, we are seeing already month to date, month over month, a 203% increase in pending activity, while the month to date, month over month change in inventory levels is only 16%, 17% if you want to round up. What we're seeing here is the precipice of an insane seller's market. Let's go over to San Mateo County. Same situation. 16% increase month to date, month over month in inventory levels. 240.7% increase in pending activity in San Mateo County. In Santa Cruz County, we're actually seeing inventory levels drop month to date, month over month. 3.5% pending activities increase 77% month to date, month over month. San Francisco, we're seeing inventory levels increase 40%. Pending activity increased by 175%. Wow, keep an eye on that. Alameda County, 3%, only a 3% increase month to date, month over month in inventory levels, and a 189% increase in pending activity. Now, in Contra Costa County, we're seeing a 3% decrease in inventory levels month to date, month over month, and a 143% increase in pending activity month to date, month over month. Now, we're only about a third of the way through the month. So these numbers are apt to change. And in fact, I would expect it to balance out a little bit. But this is indicative of a white hot market to come. And these numbers are showing exactly what we're experiencing in real time as agents, because my team of over 20 agents now in the Bay Area, we're writing offers, we have listings and everything, and we're seeing multiple offer market come back in basically every single metro around the Bay Area. So what does this mean if you are a home seller? Well, you should be gearing up right now. If selling is in the cards for you over the next 12 months and you're like, hey, I need to get out of Dodge and I want to start my life in another part of the state or another part of the country, awesome. You should be gearing up right now to prepare your home for this insane spring market. Probably sometime around mid-March would be the ideal time to go on the market, mid to late March. Anything past that, we start to maybe get into territory where rates become an issue again, who knows. But if you're a home seller, this should be amazing news for you, regardless, honestly, of where your home is located in the Bay Area. And if you're looking for a pricing strategy that's going to help your home sell quickly and for the highest possible price, you can text the word highest possible price, the number down below, highest possible price, the number down below. And we are going to reach out to you and help you come up with a strategy to price your home effectively for the market that we're going into, because pricing strategy in this type of environment matters so much, and you want to make sure that you get it right. So my team of experts can help you with that, and no strings attached, nothing. Just text us at the number down below and we will reach out to you and help you price your property appropriately. And if you're a home buyer, you're looking at this data, there's good news. The silver lining to all of this is that from May to where we're at right now, depending on which market and which metro you're looking in, there has been a 15 to 25% decrease in prices over the last 8 months. You have won. The discount, the sale that you've been waiting for, it's here. That's the good news. The bad news is sale's over. And for the next 3 months, I predict that we're going to see prices. We're not going to get back to where we were in May quite yet, right? Rates and everything got to balance out first. But could we see a 5% increase in prices over the next 3 months? Yeah, I think we could. And so the question you have to ask yourself as a buyer is, what are we waiting for? Because everything's on sale. So now it's like Black Friday, everyone's coming in with their shopping carts and they're ready to buy. And so if you stay on the sidelines for the next 3 months, you're going to effectively lose a good amount of equity that you could have made if you had just jumped the gun a little bit sooner. So if you're in the market right now, or if you're thinking about getting in the market at all this year as a buyer, I would be looking right now and trying to get into a property before the end of February so you could allow the market to work for you and help you build your equity back. Because the market's already proven that home prices can get to where they were in May. And eventually we will get back there. History always repeats itself. We're going to get back to that price. It might take a few years, but if we sit, we wait on the sidelines, market's showing you in real time, like, sale's over, everyone. Time to get back in. So bottom line, we are seeing all the data is showing, and what we're experiencing in real time is that the market is gearing up to be very, very good for home sellers. And if you're buyers, the sooner you get in, the less competition you're going to face, because guaranteed by March, whatever you're experiencing now, it's going to be a lot worse then. This is Danny Gould, everyone. I'm selling Silicon Valley, and I will catch all of you in the next video.